our limbs, showing us a brand new day that was not promised to us. We on top of the dirty. Dirty is not on top of us. He didn't recycle it yesterday and give it back to us again today. Gave us a brand new day to get it right, to get it straight, to fix us, to get ourselves together. Listen, don't forget about the God's Day podcast, which is available on all of your podcast platforms. Type in God's Day. You can Google God's Day. It'll pop up. Let you know what we're on. Whether you have an Android or an Apple device, you'll still be able to catch us on our podcast. God's Day is what it's called. GOD''S-DAY. Check out our website, which is godsday81.com. Godsday81.com. GOD'sDAY81.com. Check it out. There's blog information there, advertisement information there. You can shop and everything else. Just check us out, godsday81.com. Also, if you would like to be a guest on the God's Day podcast, you want to talk about your business, promote your business, advertising, whatever, you can. Just email me at godsday81@gmail.com. GOD'sDAY81@gmail.com. And then you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, our YouTube channel, which is Whispers in the Pews. What you doing, good baby? You trying to come over here? I figured you was. Come on, good baby. But thank you all for being a part of God's Day. Every time we come on, we do anything with God's Day. I appreciate you. For those that don't do anything for God's Day, I appreciate you too. You are greatly appreciated. The motivation of that, when somebody don't support you, is just make it even stronger. Your motivation is even stronger.
Come back and finish.
I was saying, you can follow us on all of our social media platforms. I will attach the link to this video, and you can just click on it and start following us and supporting God's Day and everything that we do. When you go to godsday81.com, please check, put in your email address, sign up for our email subscribers list, put in your email address to get great information, exclusive information for your for anything that's dealing with God's Day, along with other good things that we have going on with Collins Affordable Boutique. I'm trying to do 5 things at once, so give me just a second. I think I got it. All right. Hey, God's Day Whispers. Listen. So, anyway, y'all follow us. You know, I always talk about following us, podcasts, all that good stuff. Y'all know. I'm going to tag everybody and tag stuff to this video, and all you have to do is just look on it and click on it and tag and go along with it. The fact that I didn't put that other earring on, we all right. Life is still great. We still good with this one earring. We still good. Anyway, I just wanted to say, I know I was on here a few minutes ago when we was doing the my husband eulogized his cousin a few minutes ago. So if y'all missed that, y'all can go back and watch the service from that. I didn't get the entire thing, but for the most part. You can go back but pray for the family and others that are, because I just passed another funeral that was on their way to the cemetery as well. But pray for those that are dealing with death and grief, or those that, still, it's been years and they still don't know how to it's still hard to deal with. One thing Bishop just said a few minutes ago in the service was, God want to allow things to happen if you couldn't handle it. If he felt like you couldn't take it on, he wouldn't allow things to happen. I know it's easier said than done, but losing somebody close to you, and I want to say losing because most of the time you know where they're going because of the life they live. And another thing he said was, we preach our own eulogy now. What you're doing now in your life is pretty much your eulogy. You lived you're living it right now. So when you gone, nobody have to lie or say anything bad about you because you're living it now. You're doing it. So, but just pray for those that are going through that. And I know a lot of folks saying it's gonna be all right, it's gonna do it, and you're just like, yeah, I don't see it right now. But it's a light at the end of the tunnel. I've been there, I understand. Recently been there, I understand. So a lot of times when people say that to you, it's just like, yeah, okay, whatever. But I'm up here trying to get something to eat, so if y'all hear some background music, guys, they whisper. If y'all hear some background music, it's just me, I'm up here waiting on them to say my name or call his name or whatever to get this food. But just to put it out, just to say all of that life is short. I know people think we got time. I'm gonna live till I'm 85, and you don't know that because a lot of my side of the family have passed on. And they didn't even make it to 55, or my mom was 57. But those kind of things, you don't know, especially with this that's going on, a lot that's happening, you don't know. So that's why I say, but just be ready. Make sure that you're ready. You got your life ready. You got your life in order, to make sure that you are on the straight and narrow. Time is winding up. I ain't trying to scare nobody, but I'm trying to just let you know time is winding up. There's a lot going on, but it is what it is. So anyway, like I was saying a few minutes ago, if you have not already started following the God's Day podcast, please start following the God's Day podcast now. Like, if I'm not able to come on, I still do podcast episodes that I upload to the podcast, and all you have to do is go in, download it. If you're following on the podcast, whatever way you decide to listen to it, all you have to do is click that follow button. And every time something is uploaded, it'll automatically upload for you and be into your episode file. So you don't have to, go and say, like, when's she gonna upload a new one? It's gonna automatically do it for you. Because you're following, so it's gonna pop up and let you know there's a new episode that has bbeen uploaded. So just don't forget about that. And again, I will stop talking about the podcast, the email. If you want, you can use the email to get in contact with us with some kind of way. I definitely will. And I know I'm supposed to be calling you. I was supposed to call you the other day. And it's just been so much happening going on that, it is what it is. And I said, who he say? They call your name because they don't want you to be sitting in the inside. And I understand because the virus is still out here. And I've seen that they have a different strand of this. So be safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Some stuff we shouldn't have to say that too. Keep your feet away, 6 feet away from people. Watch how you be around stuff, touching stuff, and letting because this is still serious, and it doesn't care. It doesn't have an age limit on it. It doesn't have because they saying you can't get it if you can't get it if you're in your 20s. You can't get it if you you can. Okay, I just seen a 9-year-old pass away a couple of weeks ago from it. So that's not people try to put their own little twist and stuff on it. And I don't really want to take my purse in there. I just really want to walk in there and pay for it and come out. I don't want to do all of that. But all in all, though, just be safe. Be safe and make sure that you're keeping yourself and your family safe, because it just takes one little sweet time, one little time for something to happen, and then your life can change. 2-piece in it. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is. But make sure that you're staying safe and wearing your mask, even if you feel like you just not gonna get it or whatever. Still wear it. Be safe when you're going in and out these stores and everywhere else, because we still going everywhere else. We can lie and say, oh, I'm not going over here. Yes, we are. We going over there. And it can change your life in a matter of seconds. It just takes a few minutes. Don't nobody eat that. I don't eat that. I have not ate that. Probably me and my husband probably was married like 2 or 3 years, and I haven't ate that. And this year will be 18 years. I don't eat that. I don't eat that, because you still belch that 2 and 3 days later. I don't want to taste that 3 days later. Nah, I don't eat that. I'm not gonna, not at all. I won't be taking advantage of that. But anyway, just making sure we're staying safe out here, and don't let this like stop you from living. Like, you can still have a good time, you can still enjoy life, but you don't have to worry about like you're just so afraid that you can't like live your life, because folks get afraid and they just be like, oh, I'm not going over there, shut my door, leave it on the porch, don't open it. And you just like, hey, still live your life, but do it with being smart about it. Because it can change. It takes one little situation and it can change. But yeah, I ain't gonna say that right now. I was, but I decided I wasn't gonna say that right now. But just to be, Ricky, you got you ready, Ricky. But just to know that we have to be safe. And I know it's a lot of changes. A lot of businesses have changed their way of doing things, and we're not patient with that. And I won't be there. And we got to be patient with stuff like that, because I mean, you want folks to why we mad? Because we have to wait at a restaurant for 45 minutes or an hour. I mean, instead of them squeezing you in and you get it, you just wait. Just hold on and just wait a minute, and they gonna get it to you. They gonna let you come in and they gonna let you sit down. But a lot of people just be like, I don't know why I got to wait this long. Okay, because they have to go back. They can't let everybody come in there and sit down. It's gonna be too many people in there. And you got folks that's in there working for you. They don't want to go home with anything either. They have a family as well. So you just got to be protective of everybody. Everybody got to look out for everybody. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't see them get out the car over here. I was like, wait a minute. But again, all in all though, check us out Instagram, check us out on Facebook, check us out on Twitter, and on YouTube, which is Whispers in the Pews. Also, don't forget to check out this website, guysday81.com. Guysday81.com. I'm still fixing some things on there. I'm still updating some new stuff. I can say uploading, but that too. Still uploading some new stuff, trying to move some stuff around. I'm thinking about switching up some stuff that's on there when I get time. Right now, I don't have the extra time right now to do it. So I'm just gonna leave the format the way that I have it, the layout I have. But once I get the extra time doing everything, then I'll go in and I'll change it out to the way a new look that I want, that I want to change over to. And like I said before, it's okay to take constructive criticism from people. I don't mind people saying, okay, well, why don't you change this? I had a friend of mine look it over and was just like, hey, why you won't change it like this? But right now I just don't have the time to change it. And it made sense what they was talking about. It definitely made sense what they were saying. Oh, it's time. I'm gonna leave y'all in the car while I go and get this, because I don't want to. I got these shoes on, and I don't want to. Walk without everything. So I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna leave y'all right here for a second while I get this food. I don't want to take it off this thing. Don't go nowhere. I'm coming right back. Don't go nowhere. Hello. Don't go nowhere. I'll be right back. I know that's right. I'll I'll be back. Don't go nowhere. Don't let nobody take y'all either. Y'all, I'm back. Oh, come on. All right. I'm back. Hello, guys, Day Whisperers. Listen. So, some of y'all went somewhere. I know you did. I see it. That's all right. I'm back now. For those that may, I don't know who's on here that may not know about the background of God's Day or Whispers in the Pews. And I know a lot of people have already heard this story or where this came from. But I did Whispers in the Pews years ago. And I believe the time that I did it, it was years ago, but the information is on my website, godsday81.com, on the About Me page. When you see the About Me page, you can read it and find out, because at this time, I don't really know. I can't remember at this time, but it's been years since I started coming up when I started Whispers in the Pews. And like I said before, folks may find it strange because you got reality. People don't like to hear. They want real, but they don't want you to they like real, but they don't want to hear real. I like real until it hits me. I like real until it gets to me. And then I don't want to hear real anymore. I don't want to hear about, life and how I'm doing stuff wrong, because I feel like the way that I'm doing life is the correct way. But anyway, Whispers in the Pews for me was people. Oh, so the soldier's gonna roll out of there. All right. The Whispers in the Pews for me was people trying to get help or get assistance or whatever, or things may have happened to them, and then people don't take it serious and they push it away from, or people don't like to be told the truth, and we sugarcoat it for people instead of just telling them, okay, this is the way that it is. And folks don't like to talk. I told you, when you're real and straightforward in who you are, you don't have a lot of people in your circle. You don't have a lot of friends. Soon as you just like a yes man and do everything according to somebody else and what they're doing, going by their rules and by what they want, then that's when you have a whole lot of friends, because you sugarcoating stuff for people. You're making them feel comfortable. You're making them feel all right with the way they doing things and how they living, whatever, or how they treating people. You just like, oh, that's fine. It's okay to say that to people. It's okay to do that to people. Versus us just being real to people, being real with people, and just saying, this is not the way. I can't allow this to happen, or I can't keep doing this situation or whatever with you. But when it comes down to it and being at church, a lot of people don't like to deal with it. We preach what we want to preach, that's comfortable for us, or say what we want to, and then we leave it at that. And we don't have a whole lot of folks being real. You got a lot of fake, but you ain't got a lot of real. And when you don't have a lot of real, that's why people just keep doing things and nobody's telling them anything. It's just like you got a child that's just out of just disrespectful when they young. Stuff when kids start doing stuff when they little. Yeah, because I'm like, baby, it ain't me. It's this little baby right here. When you got a lot of people that are doing little things, little kids, that's what I meant to say, babies that do stuff, and you think at first when they first do it, it's cute and funny and all that kind of stuff. Okay, but after a while, it's not funny anymore. Now it's something else. And if you're not saying anything and telling kids to stop or do it, they're going to embarrass you. They're going to get somewhere and they're going to do that same thing because you laughed at it, you thought it was funny at that time. And so when they get out in public, well, I do it at home, so why not get out where I'm at and do it again? And I don't care, if this going to make my mom and them feel get embarrassed or whatever. They little, and I do it at home. So it's cute at home, and it's going to be cute where I do it at. And we're not real with the kids until it gets to a point, and then sometimes it's too late. You try to teach kids or try to do that. That's why I was saying yesterday about letting people do stuff to you until it's too late. Now you upset and you mad because you allowed things to go on for so long. You have to stop it when it gets started. You don't like to feel bad. You don't like to feel down. You don't like to feel the ways that you do. Then you just stop people from making you feel that way. And then, but for the most part, though, Whispers in the Pews was just something that tough conversations folks don't like to talk about, don't want to deal with. They put it on the back burner, put it at the back of the closet, on the top shelf, or in the corner, and they don't want to bring it back out. If I don't see it, if it's not talked about, if nobody knows about it, then nobody will. It won't have to come out. And it's things that folks don't like to talk about, but it's things that need to be talked about. We don't want to talk about things that happen behind closed doors, that it can help somebody else, or it can assist them to be further. I was listening to a radio station this morning, and I was listening to how they were saying there was a guy on there, and he was dating one sister, and then he went back and dated another sister, the little sister, after he dated the older sister. But he never told the little sister, I dated your sister before. And so they was telling him, hey, you do realize that you're going to have these two sisters that are best friends falling out with each other, because you're going to have them falling out with each other because they both fell a ways about you, and the other one doesn't know that you dated the other one. And that kind of stuff lingers on, and it hurt because you're trying to figure out why women are so defensive and got a defense mode up. It's because the way men, and I'm not going to go into the whole thing about men and women and all that kind of stuff, but I'm just saying that once you feel that hurt, it lingers on to something else, because I'm thinking I'm loving this one somebody, but now you're showing me something else. Instead of you speaking up and just being real, say, this is how we got together, and I used to date your sister or whatever, and maybe you didn't know. But there's things out here that we're just afraid to just speak on and talk about and let people know what the real deal is. Somebody asked me the other day, today about somebody, and I was just so blunt and so straightforward with them, and they was like, I said, because that's the way I feel. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm sorry for what I just said. I'm not gonna say why did or try to sugarcoat how I feel. You asked me and I gave you but I didn't come to you and say, let me tell you how I feel about such and such. I didn't do that. I just gave you straight up how I felt at that particular, because that's the way that it is. And it doesn't say you don't love somebody, you don't care about them, but I just rather that you don't be in my atmosphere. I rather that you don't be in my space. Be forward with people. Stop sugarcoating stuff with folks and making them feel like, oh, it's okay. Everything you babysitting their feelings. Is a car coming, or you just want to stop and see what your car, if it'll stop? Okay, all right. But stop it. You don't have to sugarcoat nothing with nobody. Just tell them how you feel. You ain't got to make folks feel comfortable about being around you or saying stuff to you. Just let them be whatever. Listen, you'll be all right. They'll be fine. It's okay for people to be bold and straightforward with you, but when you return that favor, now you're wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, you could be nice to people. Don't get me wrong. Y'all know how I am. But I'm just saying, when folks, they want to make you feel bad or come at you some type of way, you just be like, oh, so I'm supposed to accept this and just like this? No, you could just tell people how you feel and move on. Don't. But I will say, I didn't know if you was turning. There was no signal involved. But I will say, if that's what you like, that's what you like. I mean, but I'm just saying, be straightforward with people. Be real with them. You got a lot of people in your circle, or a lot of people you come in contact with, they real and straightforward with you. Like I was talking about on Bible study the other night, Bishop is real straightforward and strong with the way he teaches stuff or the way he preaches or whatever. I'm on the other end, I'm still real, but I'm not as strong and like he is with the way he delivers things out. But I will, it's just like, because you can't let like I said all the time, you can't let people's opinion or the way they feel about you just stop you from being who you are. Like, folks will try to do that. That's why I say you could be real with people and say, I just don't like that. I don't want that. I don't care for that. And even with people that preach or deliver a message or whatever, being forward and straight up with people, because you held accountable. God is looking at you for how you delivering your message. He's looking at you on how you deliver your message, and if you not being straightforward, it's just like, what's the point? What's the point of you doing what you're doing? Guys, they whisper. I'm sorry, I wasn't even paying attention. You have to be straightforward with people. I don't understand why folks want to sugarcoat stuff, and then we try to figure out, well, I don't wonder why they still acting like that or why they still doing it. They acting and still doing like that because you have not been straight up and straightforward with them. You can't expect for people just to know what you thinking and you ain't said it out loud. No. And like I said, people want you to be this closed off person, or a person that is just not as forward as they are. I want to be the only forward one. I want to be the only real one. No, when you being real with somebody, you just telling them, and it don't really have to have anything to do with your feelings. It's just about how their actions is and how people treat them. Like I said before, you got people that try to figure out why nobody don't fool with them or don't care about them or don't want to be in their space. It's because that's the way you act, and you have to. And I'm not saying change who you are for other people, but sometimes some things are over the top and it's a little much, and you just like, oh, that's a lot, it's a little much. Like, back away from doing some of the things that you do. But at the same time, I look at yourself in the mirror and say, what can I do to change me? What can I do to make myself better? I always say you should always have one good friend, at least one good person that you can call on when you get into some trouble. You're going through something, you need a shoulder to cry on, you need somebody just to listen to you. You don't want them to say anything. You just want to vent out to them. You always need that one somebody. And if you don't have one somebody that you can call on and do all of those things with, then you need to you need to check yourself and see what kind of people are you you're attracted to the wrong type of people, or you coming in contact with the wrong type of people, because you're not allowing yourself to it's something about you that you can't hold on to good people. And we push people away that don't need to be pushed away. We hold on to people that we need to be holding on to. God has already showed us we need to go ahead and remove folks or dismiss them, but we still hold on to them. A man, we still hold on to him. He ain't done nothing all this time. He ain't helped you with nothing all this time. But you find yourself still holding on to this dude that he's not any good for you or yours. But you still hold on to him. You still trying to be with him. You still trying to hang on. You trying to do all this stuff. For what? Why would you try to hang on to something that is not even for you? God have showed you signs over and over again to let certain things, let certain people go. And if it's a dude, if it's a woman, you got a woman that if this woman want to wake up and fight and fuss and argue every day, like that's your goal every day, is to find something to fuss about, to find something to argue about. It's time. Listen, you got to stop all that. Like, nobody wants to hear the fussing and the arguing and the fighting and stuff every day. No, nobody wants to know. You're going to have your disagreements, because we don't argue. But you're going to have your disagreements, and you're going to feel, some type of way about certain things, and that's fine. You talk about it and you move on. But if you just, why this paper right here? Why you didn't move it on this other side? And you just listen, it was no need for no argument to be broke out for that. Like, you don't have to discuss, we don't have to argue about things that's not even worth anything. Like, there's other stuff that we can be putting our time into. Other things that we can make more positive than what it already is. But instead, we bicker and argue over stuff that's just so retarded. And I told you yesterday, a lot of stuff can be resolved by us sitting down and having a conversation and saying, okay, and you ain't got to go down the whole list on what happened and what was said and who said this and where they go. And you ain't got to do none of that. All you have to do is just go to the person and sit down and have a conversation on how can we move forward from what we have already been through. We know what happened. We don't have to relive it, because something's going to be said that's going to spark that back up, and then you're going to be, just forget the whole conversation. Instead of that, sit down like grown people and discuss stuff. Don't be afraid to speak your mind and say how you feel and what you're going to allow and what you're not going to allow. How you going to move forward. But I know you're going to have that little side eye where you're going to be like, okay, we went through that, so I'm watching you now. Like, you on my radar now. So every time you do little certain stuff, I'm gonna be side eyeing you, trying to figure out what's going on and why I'm gonna be doing that. But all in all, though, you just want to make sure that you're not having any animosity with nobody. That you don't have to. You don't have to have animosity with nobody that you don't have to have animosity with. You don't have to feel down or bad about things that how you feeling, because you matter too. Your feelings matter. Your life matters. So if you want to live here on a long be here on earth longer than what you have been, don't allow things to stress you out. You don't even realize that your body can stress. You can be stressed out in your body. And you don't even realize it, because you have just been allowing things to pile on. And then you're wondering why now all of a sudden I got high blood pressure. Now all of a sudden I'm taking all this medicine trying to cover one thing from the other. And it's because of things that you allowing to continue to happen to you. You can live a stress-free life. Cut down on some stuff that don't even need to be brought up or don't even need to be in your life. Cut back on some stuff that don't even matter anymore, that it's just not even a part of you. You are better than what people are putting you out there to be. You are better than what folks is saying. If folks got to slander your name, let them, but you know who you are. You don't have to prove no point to anybody. You don't have to tell nobody, hey, oh, this is who I really am, and you got to post all in and get all these people on your team. God know who you are. He know your name. Don't even worry about it. Don't even let the other folks that got a problem with you, and most of the time they're jealous of what you got going on or who you are. And because you are the good person that you are, the kind heart that you have, they want that, and they don't have that. They want the plethora of friends that you have. They want the likes and the shares that you have on social media. They want that lifestyle that you have, but they can't get it because they're still hating on you. They want to be something like you, or they want to be you, and it's fine. I said before, and I say it again. You got a lot of people that want to be that are you. They don't even know it, but they are your they are your you are their role model from a distance, and it's okay. It's okay if you're their role model from a distance. They'll be fine. Just let them be. Let them see. But don't be afraid to be real. Don't be afraid to move forward with your life and not have to worry about everybody else's. Don't be afraid to be you. Don't be afraid to let yourself be out there on what you want to be. You don't have to hide you. You don't have to hide your feelings. You don't have to keep allowing anyone to hurt your feelings or to make you feel bad. You don't have to keep allowing that. You can change that about you because that's your feelings. That's who you are. So don't even let those things bring you down. Even with Whispers in the Pews, if you have a situation, a real thing that needs to be discussed or need to be dealt with, bring it to the forefront. If somebody is not listening, you always going to have somebody that wants to listen. If it's a domestic violence situation, please get in contact with the Live Gloss for Love organization. It's a nonprofit organization. You can find them on Facebook. You can find them on Instagram, Twitter, and the website is, I'm pretty sure it's almost finished. But there are ways that you can get out of a situation, whether it's elderly abuse, whether it's child abuse, domestic violence. It can be physically or verbally. It does not matter. You can get out of that situation. You do not have to stay in it. There are other ways. If your pastor or your leaders do not want to listen to your situation, you always have Bishop and I. And you can find us on New Freeman Chapel Missionary Baptist Church page. Also, you can find us on the God's Day page. You can send us a message. You can go through our website, godsday81.com. You can also email us at godsday81@gmail.com. There are ways that you can get out of a situation. If you need a shoulder to cry on, you need somebody just to talk to, you need a hug, you need something that will just help you feel better, because there is life at the end of the tunnel. You don't have to stay in this life that you're living right now. You don't have to stay down. You don't have to stay out. You don't have to feel bad. You don't have to be in depression mode. You don't have to feel suicidal, because there is help for you. There is ways that we can get you through this situation. There are ways that we can, if we don't know or we can't help, we're going to find somebody that can help you and get through your situation. You are not in this by yourself. You are not in this by yourself. God got you, first of all. If nobody else has you, that's the one friend that you can always count on that's going to always answer their phone. They're not going to not answer the phone. They're not going to look at the caller ID and say, oh, this is her. Oh, this is him. I'm not going to answer the phone. No. He's going to always answer the phone. He's always got your back. He always going take care of you in any situation, whatever it is, whether it's good or bad. He's going to take you through that situation, but you got to believe in it. You got to care, and you got to hold on to it, because God got you. I promise you, he does. So there are ways that you can get out of situations when you can't see another way. You can't get in contact with family or friends. You can always contact somebody with God's Day, GODSDAY81@gmail.com, or check out our website, Godsday, GODSDAY.com, and our church page, which is the New Freeman Chapel Missionary Baptist Church. You can find us on Instagram and on Facebook, and there are ways that you can get in contact with us, okay? I'm going to go. I want y'all to have a great rest of y'all evening, a great rest of y'all day. Hold on to God's unchanging hands. Hold your head up. God got you. I promise you, he does. He's proud of you. He loves you, and he wants you to just keep on doing what you're doing. Don't let the small stuff get you down. Don't let the small stuff change you. Don't let nobody change you. Don't let nobody put anything on you that you don't want on you. God got you. I promise you, and that's what's going to put on you. That's what's going to be put on you is what God has for you. And if don't let nobody change what God has already set up for you, what is already prepared for your life. God has already got it the way God has already set it up for your life. That's for you. It's not for anyone else. The blessing that God has set up for your life is for you, not for anyone else. Whatever God has, the plan, the family, the relationships, the love that he has for you is for you. And it's not for anyone else. It's not for nobody else to have. It all but only belongs to you. He cares for you, and that's why he wants you to keep on pushing on. Don't give up. Don't let that problem that has hurt you and brought you down, that man that has walked away from you, that woman that has walked away from you, your children that have walked away from you, anybody that has walked away from you, don't let that get you down to where you don't have to be here anymore, or get you down to a space where it changes your life. It takes one bad situation to change your entire life. Don't let nothing change your life. You got some great things going for you, and God wants you to keep looking forward to it. Hold your head up. God loves you, and he cares. I'm going to get out of here. I want you to know that God loves you. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Y'all have a great day. Talk to y'all later. Bye.